Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. I know that took a while, didn't it? I was fiddling around with options and then realised I had like one bar battery on my controller, so I had to swap over controllers. That was the length of time. That's why it took so while. So I was messing around with controllers because I didn't have much battery, and I didn't want the battery to run out in the middle of the race, and that's that. It's all. So here we are for our Sunday evening. We're live. Hey, I can make it on time this time. We're live here for the Sunday Sprint Madness for the SFR Cup. I think the SFR Cup was inside the Sunday Sprint Madness. And we're using the Toyota SFRs, and we're at round 5. It's a three sprints you're going to get tonight, where we will be starting qualifying at 8 o'clock, which isn't that too far away, to tell you the truth. I'm looking for the lobby. So, yeah, qualifying at 8 o'clock, race starts at 8:10, really. It's 10 minutes of qualifying, and then they'll have 3 races. They have to use a different set of tyres each race. So the tyres they can use are the racing soft, racing medium, and racing hard, but they can only use one set per race, and it has to be a different set at each race. It mixes it up. We've got it very similar on the what was it, the Ferrari Sprint on Tuesday nights. We did the Ferrari Sprint Trophy or Porsche Sprint Trophy, and that used exactly the same rule with the different tyres in each stint. So they've applied that rule over to this, and it's all right. It kicks up some. Well, it's the season started a bit sort of like just Skyjacker and Koi Kart one, but last week we had a mixed bag of winners. So things are starting to liven up out there for the SFR Cup. Skyjacker is your championship leader on 188 points. Koi Kart keeping him honest in second on 178 points. Ensign Ewer in third on 169 points. Then we have Jim in fourth on 118 points. Dan Wolf is fifth on 98 points. Bandit is sixth on 90 points. Barry Twins seventh. I've not come. 7th on 75 points, and Noxie is 8th on 39 points. So as we build up to the start of this race, there's a cactus right in the way. We've like I said, the kitchen is still surrounding us here in the dining room and the living room, and in front of the telly the plants from the kitchen have appeared, and the cactus is covering up the time. Everyone's in the pits. This is handy for us on the stream. Maybe we'll just come out of it. We'll go and look at the main. Oh god, we're doing a silence. No one told me shit. Yeah, that was for the Queen. Sorry, I didn't read the brief. My fault. Didn't look at it. It says the same thing every week. It's not worth reading, so I never bother. And it's a driver's brief. It's not a commentator's brief. No one ever said, "Oh, you know, you should read the brief." So yeah, we were doing a minute silence. I would have said something beforehand, but I did it all to watch Thursday's stream. We did a minute silence there. I gave a whole eulogy and stuff. Go and listen to that one. Don't need to keep repeating it, do I? So Koi Carp then is out there having a practice. If that came off disrespectful, I don't mean it in any kind of I didn't know that was happening, and it shocked me, is all. And it's my fault because I didn't read the brief. So I could have talked right into that without even knowing. But there you go. In the chat, Skyjacker saying R.I.P. Your Majesty. There you go. That's it. That's all you need to say. So, it's horrible starting streams like this. It really is. Oh, I thought we only had to do it Thursday, and now we've got to try and get it. I can't. How can I get excited? How can I suddenly be? Woo! We're having a race. We've just had a minute silence for a Queen. You know, it's a bummer. It's awful. It's terrible. Oh God. I'll look on Discord for a bit. We'll have mark a bit of respect. Noxie left, but that was after qualifying started, so I'm not sure what Noxie's going to do. Skyjacker's on his flying lap. We're at Red Bull Ring, by the way. I don't know how far through my intro I got until we did that. So I'm all over the place now. I really don't know. So they're at Red Bull Ring. It's round 5. I read the championship out. I'm pretty sure I read the championship out. Koi Carp's first on track as he makes his way around. He's on his flying lap, so we'll bear with him for a bit. See him cross the line. What was that minute for anyway? Is it because of her funeral tomorrow? Was today something as well? Was it because it's like a Sunday? Is it like church day or something? I don't get. I'm still trying to work out. There you go, qualifying, and Koi Carp's 1:39.2. I don't understand why we've had 2. Is all I don't get. We only had one for Murray Walker. I mean, I don't know. So Skyjacker, are we going to do it every stream? I've got to keep an eye out. So Skyjacker is pole. He's on. Oh yeah, there's tyres in there. Sorry, I didn't even look at the. I'm so distracted by that. It really threw me off because now I'm here. I'm questioning. Should I have known that there was a minute silence? Is there a reason? Is there? Because I haven't had the telly on today. I haven't been to. I mean, I haven't taken any kind of notice of anything really. I've been having a normal Sunday dinner. It was my father-in-law's birthday, so I didn't. I'm just bewildered by that. I can't get my head round it. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to do this. It's throwing me off. I've got to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what that was for. Except for the RIP Imagine, and there was something in the brief. Let me read the brief again. Tonight at 8 PM, just before quali, we will hold a 1-minute national silence in honour of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. At the end of the 1-minute silence, I will start the. But for why? I mean, I know she died, but we did a minute on Thursday, and her funeral's tomorrow. Why would I know that? I don't know how I would know that. Was there something today? I can't. I'm struggling to grasp my head on it. I can't move on until I work out why. Why is it? Because of the funeral tomorrow? Does there anyone know? I can't. He's freaking me out. So Skyjacker's on pole. He's on the hard tyre. We've got Barry Twins. He's on the medium tyre. He's in second. Pat's on medium tyres. He's in third. Jim's in fourth on medium tyres. Oh, hang on. What, at 8 o'clock tonight? That was Andy. What? The PM was leading a national silence is all. Nothing too special. What, tonight at 8? That works out well, doesn't it? I didn't know that. That saved me. I would have been chatting away. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know. A national at 8 o'clock at the start of the race. That is super timing, man. I didn't know. I want to Google that. That is awesome. Hang on. National silence. Yeah, 8 p.m. That is... Wow. Oh, it was 2 minutes silence. It wasn't a minute. It was 2 minutes, I think. How weird is that? That it's right at the very beginning of ours. Oh, now I know. I didn't even know we were doing that. I am so sorry, guys. Wow. Wow, that was awesome timing. If I knew, that would have worked out beautiful. I would have made a real big deal about it, but I didn't even know that was happening in the world. So, that is freaky. So Sky, honestly, I've been unplugged this weekend, totally unplugged from the world. It's been great. Skyjacker's on pole with the hard tyre. Bandit is in, he's on the soft tyre. He's up into second place. Jim is third on medium tyres. Bazza's mediums are as well, and he's in fourth. Pat's in fifth on medium tyre. Ensign at sixth on the hard tyre. And Koikarp seventh on the hard tyre. Oh, and Skyjack says, we have a new king. What, did they swear him in today? I don't know. I'm imagining that there's some Ponzi ceremony for him, but I don't know when that's happening either. I don't know anything. I don't, honestly. Since things have streamed, I don't need to watch television anymore or pay any kind of attention to any kind of news service. I only listen to it when I'm at work. When the radio's got the news bulletin on. Oh, dearie me. So, Skyjacker is out there. He's on pole. He's not. He's only just on pole. He's got Bandit right on his case. Bandit up for it. Did he get a win? He got a win last week. Now I've got to get back to Discord. I think Bandit was one of our winners from last week. Ensign Newitt was. And Bandit. So, they'll be wanting to emulate something from... last week, I imagine. Get some Bandit action up front. Skyjacker's the man in his way on that set of racing hards. Must have had an absolute ballistic lap on his first lap. I think I've distracted him ever since. Pat's gone up to third fastest now on the medium tyres. And Pat, I think he was. I think he said he was going to miss the first 2 rounds of this when he signed up. Because I think he's doing some standing in for someone else, but he's here now, and he's got Darth Vader on his side, which I like, the Starbuck Darth Vader thing. Going a little wide, but hey, it's Red Bull. Who doesn't? Even the F1 boys go wide here. It's a silly track layout. They really need to widen their corners a little bit, or put brick walls there. Red Bull Austria. Red Bull, or whoever is in charge of the track, they need I don't know what the fix is. I'd put brick walls there, me. I know all this health and safety, it can get mad. Just put a tile wall right there so they can't cut any corners then, can they? Right, on the inside and the outside. And then they'll stay on the track. If those F1 dum-dums can't stay in between 2 white lines, then make it really easy for them, put a tyre wall there. Then they'll keep in with white lines. Oh, Knox's game crashed. He's going to start from the back, I believe. So there'll probably be an exit. So here we go. We're on the final lap now. After nearly 9 minutes of confusion, honestly, that caught me unawares. I really didn't see it coming, and then I freaked out afterwards, like there was something happened in the world that I didn't know. I thought, oh no, she gone twice, because that'd be awful. So Skyjack, who's fighting with him? Bandit's crossed the line. He's starting second. Jim's crossed the line. He's starting second. Pat's crossed the line. He's starting in fourth. The Baz coming towards the line now on the medium tyres, old medium tyres. It's going to be a big struggle for him as he comes up to the line. And he goes faster but stays fifth. Koikarp's done. Ensign Ewart is slinging one around right now on the racing hard tyres. And Skyjacker crosses the line. He keeps pole with the hard tyre. Unless my game's glitching, which I bet it's not. Skyjacker on hard tyres, but he's... And Ensign Ewart goes faster than Coy at the end. I think they'll probably quit out of the first race because of the Noxter. And, oh God, lost a chat. I ain't got my glasses with me. Pat saying there's Star Wars things all over the car. Oh, I ain't got my glasses, Pat. That's why. No, I can see the telly all right. I don't need glasses for TV. I'm not even gonna... I'm so confident they're going to exit this. I'm not even going to do the build-up. Because I do the build-up and then they say exit. So look at this. This is me being cool. There you go. Exit. I knew. That's why I wasn't getting excited. So yeah, get glasses on. I can read what you're saying. Yeah, no, I saw the Darth Vader thing. I haven't had a good close. I think I was on that far camera, saving the close-up stuff for the race, man. When we see you guys racing tail to tail. So that was qualifying. Get the glasses a little wipe over. Yeah, any disrespect, I honestly apologise. I honestly did not know what the heavens was happening right then. I thought maybe I'd got days mixed up. I thought, oh, shoot. So, Pat's giving it the Star Wars things all over the car. Right, I'll check that out in the race. Skyjacker saying gravelly. Who, me? Am I feeling gravelly? 2 birthdays, 2-minute silences. Yeah, she gets it all, doesn't she? Bless her. And Pat saying, and I found an R2-D2 helmet as well. Ooh, don't tell everyone, they'll all want one. Right then, so I think they've made the changes. Let's go in. I think, oh, he's asking people to enter. So I'll get to that. There we go. Here we go. Press the F1 button. Right then, G? No. Ooh, triangle zooms in, doesn't it? Zoom, extreme close-up. So what we got? Virtual Racers Club on the Boonot. I think we can see a Chewbacca in that front corner. Platter, like a Burger King sort of sign. It looks like a little Yoda. I think Darth's on the back of it. Definitely Chewbacca. Oh, and it says Chewbacca like Coca-Cola, but it says Chewbacca. Come on. On a different angle. Yeah, it's like a baby Yoda on the side. Yeah, I'm getting it all from behind. We've got a stormtrooper looking under the looking under, and an R2D2. Where's the R2 helmet then? Oh, R2 helmet, F12. Sorry, that's not an R2 helmet. It's purple. It's not showing up on mine, Pat. It's just come through as a purple helmet. It's like a purpley monster. It looks, if anything, I'd say it looks like a Lewis Hamilton helmet. Excuse me. So we're just warming up. We've had our qualifying. Skyjacker is on pole. He's on the hard tyre, and then after that it was Bandit. Then it was Barry Twins. Then it was Jim. Then it was Pat. Then it was Ensign Ewart. Then Quick Up and G. Noxie will be at the back. And then Noxie's going to go for a hard tyre, so I don't think he would have qualified much higher than that anyway in hards. There's 2 hard dudes, except for Skyjacker, obviously, starting from the rear, from the back. And now Pat's telling me he hasn't put his helmet on yet. Sure, I set it at my end, maybe not. Yeah, possibly. I think the helmet thing is really bizarre, because sometimes I think it just shows me like default helmet. Jack Rumpole with the hard tyre. Bandit on those softs. He's going to be edging ever closer. Get off the line very well for Bandit, I imagine, with all that grip. And they pull away, but Skyjacker at the moment solid as he heads towards the first corner. Jim's there outside. On the third, he's going to get a move on the Bandit, and Jim is up. Bandit's backed out of that one, and Jim is through, and Bazza as well. Bazza coming forward, up into third. Bandit alongside the Baz, but he's got the inside line. Possibly he could come back at him. Then we got Pat ahead of Koikarp. Noxie up ahead of Ensign. Ensign having a terrible start, and Skyjacker meanwhile is in the lead, but Jim getting through that corner a lot nicer than Skyjacker, and Jim on the medium tyre is going to give Skyjacker something to think about in this race, as he's got the Baz behind, and Koikarp up into fourth on those hard tyres ahead of Bandit. Bandit is having, maybe he's taking it easy to get those tyres. We've seen those tyres can go off before the end of a 15-minute race, so Bandit may be going easier on this first lap, looking after those racing softs as Jim goes ahead and takes the lead. The Castrol Toyota is now leading this race with Skyjacker in second. The Baz is in third on mediums. It's mediums versus hard versus mediums. Then we've got Pat on mediums in fourth. We've got Koikarp on hards. Then we've got Ensign Newark going very unorthodox in the overtaking department to try and get a move on Bandit and Noxie, but Bandit still holds strong there in sixth place ahead of Ensign, and he's ahead of Noxie. A right cracking battle down here at the end of the pack as Noxie goes for a move on Ensign. No, he looked like he was having the luck. Meanwhile, Skyjacker following Jim into the first corner, and Jim staying fast out there, but Skyjacker looks like he's getting a bit of a tow. I don't think there's an in-car. We learnt that, didn't we? So Skyjacker now getting a lovely tow up to turn two, and Jim covering off the inside as Skyjacker goes for the outside. Is he late on the brakes? He's made the corner. Beautiful stuff. Jim's on his inside. They're side by side. Medium tyres versus hard tyres. Bazza there just on the outside, and Skyjacker is back into the lead of this race as Jim comes down, and there's Skyjacker on the brakes in the tight corner. Jim now having to worry about the Bazza behind him, and Bazza has got Pat all up in his business. Now Pat having a look around the outside of Bazza, and Pat's now up into third place. Barry Twins, but Pat's lost the back end a little bit. Barry Twins has come round. Pat's just made it on the track. My word, I thought he was going to go very, very wide, but he's battling for that third place as Jim battles with Skyjacker. And then we have Koikarp on his own a little bit there in fifth. Bandit's coming through with him though. Ensign Newark just ahead of Noxie, and Noxie in his Nike liveried Toyota trying to get the moves done on Ensign Newark. Jim then back in the lead of this race ahead of Skyjacker. Just about missed that as the Bazza wants a piece of Skyjacker as well, and those hard tyres not holding up well. Come to lap 3, a 15-minute race this is, and we are 11 and a half minutes remaining. I can't see how many we're in because the cactus is in the way. But Jim leads from a Skyjacker. Bazza in third, Pat in fourth, and Koikarp definitely catching up with Pat in front of him. Pat on those medium tyres, but Pat looks like he's going for a move on the Baz, and Pat again up into a third place, and Pat on fire at the moment now in his Star Wars Toyota ahead of Barry Twins, and Koikarp ever getting closer. He hunts his prey slowly but surely. Bandit there in sixth with Noxie now ahead of Ensign Newark, and they're battling up and down the field here at the Red Bull Ring. Jim trying to get away from Mr. Skyjacker, who has had a solid run of form on this Sunday evening. He has been absolutely belting it with loads of wins. 7 wins so far out of 12 races. It's not a bad start. So Skyjacker then looking for win number 8 this season. Jim yet to pick up a win. A couple of podiums have come his way, but a win is yet to get on his score sheet, and this is looking like a very strong effort. A bit wide over that corner. Skyjacker now in the tow. Skyjacker bringing all of his expertise down towards turn 2. He's going for the inside line. Jim, he's not covering him off. Jim staying out there wide. He wants a better drive through the corner. Skyjacker tries to whip it up there. Jim gets a good drive through. Skyjacker's got a wiggle on, and now Jim's got a face full of Skyjacker as Skyjacker struggles to get that Toyota moving. And is it enough just to take the wind out of Jim's sails? And Skyjacker stays just ahead of Jim as Koikarp is up into 3rd place from nowhere. He's already done it. We missed it. And he's on the hard tyre, remember. So Pat and the Baz, as they've battled each other, have let Koikarp through, and now here comes Bandit. Bandit as well, easily up the inside of Pat. And he's got Baz to check out next as Pat goes wild through the corner, and there goes Bandit getting the move done on Bazza and chasing down Koikarp, who's up into a podium position. Another one who's had a very solid season this season. 10 podiums. 10, that means it's only been twice he's not been on the podium this season. So Koikarp having a very good run, but Bandit gets the move done, and he is up now into that podium position. But Koikarp still there, still looming large. Skyjacker still leads, and he's pulled out a bit of time on Jim. And what's happening for Jim then? Is he losing a bit of tyre dexterity there? Is it curtains for the Jim? And Skyjacker then leads, looking for that 8th win as a Bandit scurries away from this little battle with Koikarp, Bazza, and Bazza's going for a move on Koi. A little late there, but it was all right. It was all good. It was all good. But Pat's going for a move on the Baz, and Pat's got his elbows out. He's not messing today. And now he's going to go for the move on Koi. He can't get on those brakes late enough, though, and Koi into the corner before him, and Koi in 4th with Pat 5th and Barry in 6th. Ensign Ewart not on it today. He's down there in 7th, and Noxie also late into the room and just can't get the swing of those racing hard tyres. Skyjacker meanwhile 1.1 seconds ahead of Jim, who's now got just under 7 minutes to try and catch up Skyjacker. He's got Bandit looming large. He's just got the fastest lap, but I saw he was way off the track. I think he'll be, Koikarp doesn't mess around. He'll be looking at those track limits and saying, oh, Bandit, careful. Pat then up into 4th, Koi 5th now ahead of the Baz. These guys shuffling around. Shuffling every day, I'm shuffling. So the Baz, Koi, Pat and Bandit all out. Oh, Baz's back end doesn't want to go round, or it just wants to keep going round. But Ensign Ewart some 2 seconds off the Baz, so Barry Twins quite safe, and he hasn't lost a lot of time to Koikarp, has he really? To say he nearly lost the back end, and Pat only 4/10 behind Bandit, very tight throughout the field really. Jim's only 1.5 seconds ahead of Bandit, and Skyjacker's only 1.5 seconds ahead of Jimbo. So it's all to play for, and Bandit is really starting to get the best use out of those tyres. Coming at the end of this race, he was wise to sit back on those tyres, let them warm up nicely, and then hammer them come the end of the race. Pat up into 4th. He's dropped Koikarp a little bit. Koi Carp is on the racing hard tyres like Ensign, Noxie and Skyjacker, so we've got a real range of how those hard tyres are doing out there. And Bazza right off the track as well. And this is why Red Bull Ring should have brick walls all the way around. Big brick walls with machine gun turrets. And Bazza in 6th again, fighting with his Toyota. Is he losing some sort of... And Ensign has caught right up with him. Noxie a little further back. Meanwhile, Skyjacker can't break that second lead he's got on Jim. He's not pulling away anymore. Jim matching him lap for lap, with Bandit now staying ahead of Pat. Pat trying his all to get that podium. He'd love to come into the championship and hit a podium straight away. That is some glory talk. Ooh, Pat late on the brakes there, but he does slow the car down. He gets that car just about slowed down, but he's lost that close fight he had with Bandit, as Bandit just slips away into the night. Koi Carp 1.5 seconds behind Pat, and it looks like Koi Carp fighting with those hard tyres now. The car looks to be sliding around a little bit. The Baz is 2 seconds behind Koi, but only half a second ahead of Ensign. Ensign on the hard tyres, Baz is on the medium tyres. Noxie's 2 seconds off of them in 8th place. Skyjacker 8/10. Jim, it's now or never, my friend. You've got 3.5 minutes of racing to go. That's roughly 2 laps. You'll get this lap just coming up, and then the next lap. So Jim and Skyjacker taking this battle all the way to the very end of the race, to the checkered flag. Bandit is still there in the area, and Pat's not too far behind as well. Koi Carp dropping back from that battle now of 3rd and 4th, and Bazza, who's got past Ensign Newer, is now closing in on Koi Carp. What an absolute battle we're having up and down the field. Skyjacker 7/10 ahead of Jim. Jim is bringing it. He's trying his all on board with Jim as we chase down the leader, Skyjacker. Skyjacker on those harder tyres should be at a slight disadvantage in the corners to Jim. And Jim keeping it smooth, following him around 6/10 now, with 2.5 minutes left of racing. Bandit's in 3rd ahead of Pat. Koi Carp 5th, fighting with the Baz. Ensign Newer in 7th, Noxie in 8th, as we see Jim closing in on Skyjacker. Skyjacker trying to secure his 8th win and get this championship won. We've got shed loads. We're only halfway through this championship. Oh, Jim's a little wide. Hasn't cost him too much though, as they come around the final corner. Oh, they might get another lap actually. I said that it was this lap and the next lap, but I think they'll get another lap after the next lap. It's going to be seconds left on the clock when they cross the line. So Jim maybe has another lap to go after this one to try and catch Skyjacker. Just finishing my warm beverage. Sorry, chaps. And chapettes. So Jim trying to close that gap. Here we go. We got Bandit 1.3 seconds. And I tell you what, if Jim does start nipping at Skyjacker's heels and they slow each other down, that'll bring Bandit back into this race, with Pat only a second behind Bandit. Koi Carp now 3 seconds. Those hard tyres just not living, with the 2 medium runners ahead of him. Well, Bandit's on soft tyres, in fact. Bazza is in 6th. He's on those medium tyres, but he's running with the hard crew. So Bazza not extracting the full speed out of that tyre and that car combo. He needs to get himself past Koi Carp. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Skyjacker extending his lead from Jim, and Skyjacker is just about to slam dunk. Oh no, I think these two will cross the line again. Sorry, I won't do the talk down yet. Hey, it's time for the talk down. Start talking towards the race line. So Bandit, who will probably get another lap as well. These all will probably get another lap. There's a Skyjacker. Look at that, loads of time on the clock. comes towards the finish line with 10 seconds to go, and there you go. They start another lap. Who's 10 seconds behind? Bandit, having to go all the way over there. I think he thought it might have been finished, but it's not. You got another lap, lad. And Pat trying to close in on Bandit. Koikap gets across the line before the checkered flag. Bazza, Noxie is the only one who didn't, and he may have slowed down for that. No, he didn't. He did a 39. It seems like a regular lap time. So Skyjacker 1.3 seconds ahead of Jim, and I fear Jim's just too far back now to be able to take... Oh, Skyjacker's dropped that bad boy like it's hot. Absolutely dynamic. There he goes into turn one, onto the curb, and there she goes. And that is a painful one pill to swallow for Skyjacker, slipping down into 5th place in the final lap. And there's his closest competitor in the championship, Koikap, who's done a hard run. Oh, they've both done their hard runs, so it's not too bad. And there comes Jim then. Can he keep hold of it? Because Bandit is just there. And we saw what happened to Skyjacker. So Jim brings it around. And this will be our 5th winner. 5th different winner of this championship? Yeah. So those wins are starting to move around the pack a little as Jim brings it home on the medium tyre as well, ahead of Bandit, who's on the softs as he comes up to the final corner. Skyjacker all over the back of Koikap leading up, but here comes Jim to take the win, and that is fantastic as they come. Bandit comes in second. Pat, take a boo, my son. A great podium. Koikap coming home in 4th with Skyjacker in 5th. Ensign Newark gets 6th, and Barry Twins gets 7th. So poor old Skyjacker, and there he goes. There's the J-Man celebrating. No trophy. We don't want to give too many away all in one go. There's 3 races tonight. Got to spare them out a bit. So I'll take you to the race results, where you see, don't see that very often, do we? Jim Stud. I like your green shoes, Jim. So Jim there in his VRC overalls, taking the win. Bandit gets second. Pat rounds out your podium. Take a boo, my son. Koikap in 4th. Not a bad one for Koikap in the end there. Ahead of Skyjacker. Great in the championship. More points towards Skyjacker. Ensign Newark in 6th. Bazza is in 7th. Noxie in 8th. And Bandit got the fastest lap with a 1:37.357. There'll be a short break, and then these guys will swap those tyres around, and they will be hitting it hard. 20:45 is the time on the clock. 10 minutes. Hey, I like 10 minutes. So I see that Skyjack has entered. There's a load entered. I don't think the settings have been changed yet. There's the settings being changed. Oh, it's easy enough, isn't it? Everyone just stays entered. So I'll take you to the track. We go trackside now. And I don't think they've had a chance to change their tyres as of yet. And who are we going to... we'll stay on the winner of last race, I guess. Oh, no, someone's out. It's the Baz. The Baz is going out on a set of racing hards. He's just done a set of mediums. So we'll see how he cracks on with those hards while I quickly nip out and just check the perimeter of the building for zombies. Okay, I'll see you soon. Oh, no, quick chat. People in the chat. Chat news. Skyjack saying, well done, Jim. Solid job with pressure all the way. Great stuff. And Pat saying, I found a car I can drive around this track. Yay. Well, Pat, what can I say? You'd be in contention of the championship if you'd started at the beginning. Anyway, what Pat saying? I was getting excited about a chance at 3rd, made a couple of small mistakes, then got an unexpected bonus. I don't think any of us expected Skyjacker to sling it off there. I don't know if he was trying to get fastest lap on hard tyres. It sounds like madness, but it does sound like something he'd do. Okay, then Oh, did I not say spin jacket? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want to hurt him. He had a really bad round. Sometime, I think, on Friday in the Max 5s. I don't think it went well for him. I'm not trying to rub it in. Just condolences for Skyjacker. He didn't need that. All right, then, I'll be back. Look, I'm running out my 10 minutes chatting to you guys. I've got better things to do. I'll see you in a bit. Holla. Hiya, guys. 2 of this 3 sprint round this evening. Round 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. We're over halfway. We're into halfway. In the chat then. Oh, it's just Coy saying still 10 points behind as Skyjacker got pole. Oh, very close though. Nearly got some more points. Didn't lose points, so that is the best thing. Oh, we didn't get a ready. Wow, he's just started it. There's no messing, is there? It is 45. Wow. We don't even get the dispute of R or Y. There is no R, there is no Y. There is only start. I'm about saying R in the chat. No. There is no try, there is only do. So here we go then for race 2. Noxie on the pole. Skyjacker's so funny. Was it worth risking your start just for that gag? Yes. So Noxie's on the racing soft this time, starting from the start. Was that a false start? Someone started slow in the middle there. Was it Skyjacker being silly with his... I don't know who it was now. I think it was Pat. I think Pat was caught napping possibly, or Bandit, one of the two. But Noxie had a cracking start with the Baz, who's on the racing hard tyre now for Barry. Ensign Newitt is on the mediums with Koikarp on the soft. So Koikarp is going to have a race of this. The Bandit starts on the hard with Jim on hard tyre as well. And Pat, I believe, who had a bit of a, I don't know if it was a jump start or he had a shocking start, is in 7th with Skyjacker right there. I don't suppose he was risking anything putting wide. Oh yeah, because he was, oh no, maybe it was Skyjacker who had a bad start. It was, wasn't it? Because he started mid-pack. He would have started around Coy. So I think the typing may have caught him out. And he deserves no less. So Koikarp then battling with Ensign Hewitt. He's already got past the Baz, I believe, and now Koikarp with those racing soft tyres is doing the business on Ensign Hewitt, and he's up and he's in to 2nd place, chasing down hard on the Noxter. Noxie having to keep it all in to make sure he has no offs. And Ensign Newitt in 3rd, chasing down Koikarp. Ensign on those medium tyres. Bazza on the hard tyres, not doing too badly. As Pat now being caught by Skyjacker. Skyjacker on the medium tyres. Pat on the hards. It's going to be a tough battle there as Skyjacker gets that inside line on Pat. No, Pat only just stays ahead. Are you going to bed, my love? Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Don't forget those spiders drink from your eyeballs when you sleep. Spiders drink your tears. So Skyjacker gets ahead of Pat. There with Bandit in 7th on the hard tyre, and Jim is on the hard tyre in 8th. Skyjacker on the mediums, just getting ahead of Pat, who's also on the hard. There's a nice little hard battle down at the back here as Noxie 2.4 seconds ahead of Coy. Coy though being caught by Ensign Newitt. I don't know if Coy made a mistake in the second corner, but Ensign Newitt now up in 2nd place as Coy slips down into 3rd, and the Baz is there on the hard tyres. The Baz, to say he was having a tough battle in the first race with those medium tyres, having so much more of a better race on those hards. I thought he was sliding off the road there. He was sliding sideways. It wasn't looking great. And I thought he was destination Shadow Realm, but he kept it together. Meanwhile, Noxie, though, he's loving that battle with Ensign and Coy behind him, because he can capitalise, although I think he's lost a bit of ground. I think he was over 2 seconds ahead of Koikarp, and now he's down to 1.7 seconds ahead with another wiggle on. And Noxie has to keep his noodle together for the remainder of the race if he wants the win. Koikarp back ahead of Ensign. Ensign must have made a mistake, giving Koikarp in those soft tyres the opportunity to get back up into 2nd. Bazza, he can feel the heat behind him. He can feel it's coming. He's jumped off the track. and let the heat get a little closer. And the Bazza is going to get burnt. You play with the ball, son, you get the horns. And here he comes, Skyjacker. Whipping up the inside of the Baz, and the Baz, nothing he can do about it. There's nothing he can do about that. He's on hard tyres, and Bazza is like when you see a snake eating a mouse. You know that snake ain't letting go for love nor money. And the Baz, all he can do is sit there and let it happen. Get swallowed whole by the Skyjacker. So then, Noxie leads from Coy. Coy pulling out a second on Ensign. Ensign losing something. He was there. He was fighting with Coy. Or maybe Coy's just raised it up another level that Ensign Ewart just cannot reach with those medium tyres. Skyjacker closing in though. 1.3 seconds on same tyres. We've seen epic battles between Ensign and Skyjacker before. And we might be just building up to one as Bazza on those hard tyres closes in. Has he got a like window tint? Is that a window tint on the thing on this? Yeah, you can't see in any of them, can you? How weird. 5 rounds, I've only just noticed you can't see into the cars. Wow. Someone pays attention. I'm not looking at the drivers though, in all fairness, am I? I'm looking at the racing. Jim, race winner from race 1. He's up to 6th. Pat, for some reason, falling down with the Bandit. Those hard tyres, they're a struggle to race on. And Jim, he's found a sweet spot though on the hard tyres, going 2 seconds faster than Pat and Bandit. Pat and Bandit only managing to find the 40s at best on these hard tyres, but Jim hitting 38s twice. The Bazza 39s on his hard tyres. So Jim could catch up Barry Twins before the end of this race. Skyjacker, he's touching onto the 37s, but he's on the medium tyre, and he's catching up to Ensign, who's in the 38s on his medium tyre. Koikart, he's got the fastest lap of the race. He really is bringing the race to Noxie. Noxie falling back. Noxie, with his 2 seconds that he had, lead is down to less than a second, and Koikart looking for another win. He's got a championship to fight with Skyjacker. 10-point deficit. He needs to get all the points he can on Sky. At the moment, Skyjacker down in 4th. So Koikart would love to take the win here. He's won in every round, I believe, except for the last round. Yeah, he's taken a win from the first 3 rounds. He's had 3 wins. He didn't quite get the win done last week. So he cannot afford another round without a win, with the way Skyjacker's slamming through him. Although Skyjacker yet to take a win this round. He did get a win that last round though. He has won in every round so far, has Skyjacker. And it looks like he's going for a move on Ensign, and now Skyjacker up into 3rd place. Ensign Ewart though on his inside. Ensign Ewart coming through strong. Koikarp's caught up the Noxter, and Koikarp going for the lead of the race. And there he goes. No, and Noxie still on the inside, trying to defend. Koikarp trying to get around the outside, and it looks like the job is done. And Noxie down into 2nd place. He's just not getting the same pace as Koikarp is finding in that car. He's found himself around the outside. He'll have to back out of that one as there's not enough track. And now Koikarp back in the lead, and Ensign Ewart back ahead of Skyjacker, making this championship more lively. And the Koikarp is leading the way from Noxie, who's held the lead for a majority of the race, but he has been losing pace on Coy. Coy's just been going a lot faster than Noxie. He's done a 36.8, a 36.9, whereas Noxie hasn't. He's done a 38 that lap and 2 37s. Tyre difference is nothing between the two of them. And we'll see if Noxie can live with Coy. Coy absolutely pulling out some fantastic lap times. And was it the toe that was helping Coy? I don't think so, because he caught up with him, didn't he? He's done 3 36s. So, Noxie not quite close enough to get any leverage on that, but I don't know. No, Coy's a little wide. He's on the curbs, but he's still ahead of Noxie, with Ensign Newer in third, ahead of Skyjacker. The Baz is in fifth. Jim has caught him up. We said at the pace Jim was going, he was going to catch Barry up, and he has, and Jim has moved himself up into fifth place. Chasing down Skyjacker, but he's got 7 seconds to find in just under 6 minutes. It's all right, it's a second a minute you got to find on Skyjacker, Jim. Bazza in sixth, not having a super round ever since he led that race at Willow Springs and threw it away on the very final corner, as he found that edge ever since. Bandit battling with the Pat's up the inside of Bandit, and Bandit on those hard tyres, as is Pat. They're having themselves a good laugh, aren't they? They're having a bit of fun down at the back. And Pat just trying to stay ahead of Bandit, who gives him a little flash to say, yoo-hoo, guess who? Oh, it's the Beamer boys, that's why. The Toyota boys. The Beamer boys from what was it, GTMC? Back on track together, and they're having themselves a glorious little battle. A reunion, should we say. Remembering back to a time when times were simple. When we were all locked in our houses, not allowed to go anywhere. I don't know if that was during COVID, I'm not sure. Koi Kart then pulling away 1.6 seconds on the Noxter, and no, Noxie cannot live with that pace of Koi Kart. And it looks like Ensign Newer and Skyjacker trying to close in on Noxie. Noxie did 2:38s in a row there, where he should be doing 36s. That's what Coy's doing, although Coy slips into the 37s now. That was the lap that he overtook Noxie on, though. And yeah, I think Noxie losing a little bit of time around here. And that's Skyjacker back ahead of Ensign. Ensign giving Skyjacker a tap up the back to say, yo, love punt. And Ensign Newer having himself a lovely battle. I said when Skyjacker and Ensign get together, it's like chemistry. It's like a genie in a bottle. And them two battling it out royally at the moment for that final podium position. Ensign Newer getting the toe, pulling out, but he's gone back into the toe again. Just not ready yet. Give it another minute or so. Jim in fifth, but he's got the Bazza all up in his business. Why? Well, they're both on racing hard tyres, so yeah, there's no reason why Bazza cannot stay on the pace of Jim. And 39.5 for Jim last time around, 39.2 for the Baz, and the Baz hasn't given up on that position yet that Jim's just taken. Jim, winner of race 1. And the Baz just having a look around the outside of Jimbo, but Jimbo has got it covered off, and he says, not just yet, my Belgian friend, my little Belgian muffin, you can hang on. And looks like Bazza, though, has got to run down here, lay on the brakes. The Bazza going for the move, Don, dusted, kapow. He licked that stamp and he sent it. Beautiful stuff from the Baz and Jim. Great racing. Koi Kart, meanwhile, 2.5 seconds. Noxie really can't live with that pace, and Koi on fire. Absolutely burning through these laps here at the Red Bull Ring, and staying within the white lines, which is all important, as Koi heads on down the road to start the penultimate lap, I reckon. I've been wrong before. And Skyjacker only 1.2 seconds behind the Nox. It's a machine coming their way. Ensign Newer forgetting where the track was, losing a bit of ground to Skyjacker, and Skyjacker is so much closer to Noxie. Noxie, I think the tyres are hurting Noxie in this race. I think he's struggling. now to find grip in the corners, and Skyjacker closing in ever tighter and tighter as we roll towards the end. I said this is the penultimate lap, possibly. And Noxie, he's going to find himself in a pickle before the end of the race with Skyjacker heading his way. Ensign Ewart's lost the tail of them two. He's some 2.7 seconds behind that battle. Jim, 11 seconds. Who was he racing? Bazza's gone right to the back. No one told him he had to go to the back of the class, but he has. So the Bazza out. And he's not out and out, but he's out there in 8th. Bandit fighting with Pat. These two, the Beamer boys, reunited together forever and never apart, are back on the road again. Koi Carp, though, he's bringing it around. There's still 30 seconds. I said that was the penultimate lap. This is Koi Carp coming around the final corner to begin his final lap. He's 3.7 seconds ahead of the Noxter. There's nothing Noxie can do. All Noxie can do is hope to stay ahead of Skyjacker, and Skyjacker grabbing that toe because he wants the position. He wants that second place. He doesn't want Koi Carp gaining ground in this championship. Noxie, though, stays between the white lines, stays in second. Skyjacker just losing a bit of ground by going wide. Ensign Ewart in 4th. Jim is 5th. Crossed the line just in time. It's Pat that finishes ahead of Bandit in 6th. Bandit in 7th. The Baz comes home in 8th. God knows what happened to the Baz at the end there. Hey, Boob, how you doing? No food in your bowl. So Koi Carp then, easy. Look at that, 4.7 wins. 7 wins, 4.8 seconds lead. It's super. Noxie still battling with Skyjacker to keep him at bay. And Skyjacker, he doesn't want to let Koi. You've got to crush the hope early on. You can't let Koi Carp start getting hope. So he wants to finish it right behind him. Let him have nothing. Koi Carp's got the fastest lap as well. That's 2 points that he's gaining on Skyjacker. So Skyjacker needs to get past Noxie just to crush that glimmer of hope that Koi Carp might have of catching him up in the championship. And this is the move here. Koi Carp's just coming around the final corner as Skyjacker tries to go around the outside of the Noxter. He's showing that he's ahead of him. We go to Koi Carp, though, because he crosses the line to take the win. Super stuff. Skyjacker's in second. Noxie's in second. They're side by side coming down the straight, and it's Skyjacker. Skyjacker gets second ahead of Noxie by 1,100th of a second. Ensign Ewart comes home in 4th as Jim gets that 5th place. And although Noxie probably doesn't want to hear it, take a boo, and my son got a podium. Noxie, I know it's not what you was hoping for, but still, cracking race, boys, cracking race. And there is Koi Carp. He found the pace today, didn't he? In those soft tyres, he was on fire and untouchable, even. So, in the chat, Skyjack saying, great race, Noxie. What a finish. Oh, it was so close. I'll take you to the race results, because that's what we do here. And there he is, Mr. Koi, standing very proud on the top of the podium. Full points and fastest lap, so maximum. Koi Carp again, taking the win ahead of Skyjacker. Noxie, I bet your Koi Carp was rooting for you, bud. I bet Koi Carp was hoping you'd stay ahead of Skyjacker just to give him a couple more points. But Skyjacker getting that second with an absolutely fruity battle with Noxie right at the end there for the final 2 podium positions. Noxie gets that 3rd spot, should be happy, don't know if he will be. Ensign Ewart, best of the rest, in 4th with Jim on an absolute tear. After his win in the first race, he absolutely bolted it through those final hard runners, being Pat in 6th, Bandit in 7th, and the Baz coming home in 8th, who he was up there battling with Ensign Ewart. So, or Jim. No, he was battling with Jim. So I don't know. Bazza happened. He fell off something. And Koi Carp got your fastest lap on lap 4 with a 1:36.803. Whew, now we can all breathe. Take a sigh of relief, guys. You're all doing very well. There's one more to go. One more. Race, that is, of this round. So, Skyjacker said, great race. Noxie, what a finish. Engineer is saying, check the length of Skyjacker's front spoiler. Noxie. Skyjacker saying, Coy pulled in 2 points there. Got to crush that, Skyjacker. You got to stop that soon. Brilliant battle again, Ensign. Oh, God. My phone's saying no connection. Now it's back again. Brilliant battle again, Ensign. And Ensign Hewitt saying, yeah, lost it coming out of turn 2. Pulled third gear too early. Ooh, that's what your dad did, son. And Pat saying, hard tyre, a bit more of a challenge. Yes. And it's 9:15, so another 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, I don't think it's anything to do with the paddy I had, but it's all doing it. It's like all my wish lists have been ticked. Honestly, it's not. I haven't changed anything. It's not me. Maybe they're doing it to placate me. Maybe they're trying to please me. But I haven't made demands, I promise. Only the demands that you've heard on stream. Everything on stream's just a joke. Nothing's real. Don't believe any of this that comes out of my tripe. Anyway, Pat's said something again. And then I'll go for a quick fag. As we've got this time, may as well use it. Pat saying, I've added you on Discord to some better pictures of my car in livery share. Okay, thank you very much. Muddy saying, I defo did it to please you, my man. Oh, bless you. And Skyjacker said, right, Diva, you are. Right, Diva, you are, buddy. I just saw there was a few things that needed little tweaks. Look, I'm not talking because I'm missing my break that I demanded, apparently. Let me get back to the track so you can look at someone. I'm not going to chat away my tea break that I demanded, workers' rights and all that lot. I'll see you soon. Yo, back in the house. See, I didn't even need as long as they said. I just, you know, it'd be nice. Right, there's more chat. I'm putting my glasses on because I'm waving my phone around like I've got some sort of super binoculars on my eyes that all just focus in, and they don't because they're busted now because I'm old. Koi is saying I got hit with all the pram toys ever from here. Oh well, I don't think so. And Noxie saying he's gutted. He's gutted, man. Yeah. Looked like there was a win on it at some point. Just those tyres, I guess, because it just seemed like slowly the lap times went away from you. But no, right at the end there, yeah, with Skyjacker. Well, Skyjacker is the destroyer of dreams. Coffee. You shouldn't give in to terrorist demands anyway, Coy. You shouldn't let people demand things. You know, you've got children, you know what it's like. Give them an inch and they start demanding the world. So, you know, got to stamp these things out. Like Skyjackers trying to destroy your championship title hopes. Reet, so I don't know when we're starting. Why are we having such a long break between races? God, they're only 15-minute races. Jesus, what's the matter? Oh, what's the delay? Hey! Oh, dearie me. I don't know. Someone's atted me. Where's he atted me then? Pat said he'd atted me. It seems rude when you at someone. Oh, livery share, there we go. Here we go. Some better pictures of my car rather than looking at a moving car. Okay, thanks, Pat. Where are they? Either I am just being technologically... Oh, Ensign, now we're going to see what some of these are meant to look like. Oh, Ensign's in the background embarrassing himself. Look at him. He's gone up against Skyjacker. Not even close. Come on, Ensign. At least get it to go round once. Come on, you're next to the master now. He's changed direction on your Ensign. Poor old Ensign. He's trying, though. Bless him. He's trying. As the master takes his Toyota for a spin. You have Ensign in the background. He's doing figures of eights now. That's how much he's showing off. Whereas has Ensign even got it to go round yet? Oh, Ensign's got a spin on now. They're in a shit camera. I mean, a poor camera place. Yeah, Ensign, he's got a good swing on, but he's still too much travel. You see, Skyjacker, he does it just off the front axles. He doesn't move around. Look at it. Oh, that one he did. Oh, he did that on purpose. Look, he started it out saying, yeah, I was just driving off, like. Yeah, so Pat, everyone's ghosted. Everyone seems to be a ghost these days. So there's the Baz. Baz is on softs. Yeah, let's check the tyres out. We can do that, can't we? Skyjacker, he's going into the final race on softs. Pat's going into the final race on softs. Bazza Twins is going into the final race on softs. Jim's going into the final race on softs. Ensign Ewart's going into the final race on softs. Oof. Oof. With a double oof on top of your oof. Because oofing out, we're going to have some oofing racing in this final race, because there's going to be at least 5 of them soft in the chat. Have I missed something? Oh, hang on. Ensign Ewan says I do my spins before the race. Smackdown. Ooh, burn. Ooh, don't touch Skyjacker. He just got burned. And Pat saying, click on the top line of text beside my name. I replied to a previous comment. Top line of... Some of you know I have a few livery showcase. No? That's Matt Psycho. Tap on your name. Oh, Gran Turismo Sport. Oh, yeah, but it says it wants me to connect to net. Oh, no, that's what you're playing. Oh, Pat, we'll sort this out when not on a stream, because I get confused. Technically, I'm... It's an old-fashioned word we're not meant to use anymore, but when it comes to technology, I am retarded. So, yeah, we'll do it sometime when I'm not trying to concentrate on spins, because Ensign's giving it some again. Yeah, B. You do your spins before the race, but not quite right. And now we're getting a ready. Hey, we got a ready this time. Lots of mixtures of things. I don't want to comment on it. I don't think it's worth talking about. The force is strong, says Pat, with an R. There you go. No Y's in the force is strong, is there? And that's all I'm saying on the matter. You people who put Y's, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Have a word. Go into a corner, dark room. Have a very long word with yourself here. Skyjacker, Pat. The force is strong in that car. And now I'm going to look at it, Pat, I promise. I just haven't got time right now. I'm in the middle of something. Little sup of me coffee, as the Belgian bun is just about to start from pole. And Barry the Bullet. Barry the Oval Bullet twins. Hang on, I've forgotten what button gets rid of the numbers. There you go. I have these moments. It's alright, when we go to GT7 I won't have to worry about what letters do what. Right, here we go then. And it's off. And the Baz, don't forget, they're all on softs virtually. 3 of them are on mediums. But the Baz is off to a great start up against the Bandit. An absolute keen rivalry between these two gentlemen, but the Bazza does the job, and Pat follows him through on his racing soft tyres. Pat's going for the lead on this one now, with the Bandit up in 3rd, Jim in 4th, and Skyjacker in 5th. It looks like they're all bump drafting each other up towards the line, and the Bazza under pressure from Pat, who's going for an inside line, late on the brakes for Pat, but the Bazza's there, the Bazza's wide, he's kept it on the track, the Bazza's come back on, Pat's in the lead, the Bazza's got a good run on Pat though, coming down to turn 3, as the rest of the pack all are all jostling for position. Skyjacker in 3rd, Bandit 4th, Koikap in 5th on the medium tyre. Ensign Ewart's soft tyre, he's dropped behind the Noxie. Noxie's on the medium tyre as well, and Ensign Ewart on the softs dropping to the back, and so's Jim. Things have gone wrong, but so has Noxie. Noxie's touched the dust, touched that sand, he's dropped to the back. Pat's leading this race, Barry Twins down into 2nd. My word, Bandit there in 3rd with Skyjacker all up in his business, and Skyjacker now having a look up the inside of the Bandit, but the Bandit's got it held. And good job to the Turtle Bandit, because he's got Skyjacker all over him. And Skyjacker, why? That camera seems too slow for the action. And there goes Skyjacker, he did the old swapperoonie, and then someone hit Bandit, and Bandit wiggled right off to the shadow realm. There he goes, somewhere out there. I don't know who hit him though. Somewhere there was a bump, I'm sure of it. He seemed to suddenly jolt forward like someone pumped him up the bum. And Pat then leads this race with Bazza in 2nd, Skyjacker in 3rd, with Ensign Ewart in 4th, Koikap in 5th, with Jim coming home there in 6th, and Noxie 7th, and the Bandit out of the race, 18 seconds adrift. Going a little bit slowly. So Pat is leading from the Baz, both on soft tyres. Skyjacker and Ensign again entangling themselves into a cracking little race. Koikap there on the medium tyres, having a solid drive, trying to stay as close to Skyjacker as he possibly can. Ensign Ewart wild pulling out of Skyjacker's wake into the corner. My gosh, he was carrying something there. Jeez Louise. Skyjacker, I don't know what happened. He just didn't. I think this, like, the toe caught Ensign Ewart out. He caught up Skyjacker a lot quicker than he expected, whipped it out, and now Skyjacker all up in Ensign's business as Koikap comes to the party. Jim in 6th with Noxie in 7th, and the Bandit, God knows what happened to the Bandit. He could try and go for fastest laps, not with mediums though. Pat those leads 1 second ahead of the Baz. Barry the Bullet off the line like a flash, but Pat a little bit faster. Ensign Ewart going very wide there. Skyjacker alongside him, and he's coming back at Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart losing that position, and Coy on those medium tyres, he's there, isn't he? He's there waiting for these soft boys to make a mistake. and gain some ground. Jim closing in on Koikap. He's got those soft tyres on as well. And Jim trying to catch up with Koi, with Noxie in 7th on the medium tyre, and the Bandit is in 8th on a medium tyres, but he got himself into a bit of a kerfuffle and ended up over in the Shadow Realm, where Pat leads this race ahead of the Barry. Bazza started on the pole, but Pat found him, caught him, got past him. Done and dusted. And Pat is running away with this race. 1.5 seconds on his debut as well. I mean, he's done 2 races, but this is his debut round. It's almost like what Bazza did at Willow Springs. We'll see if Pat can stay on in the final corner. Skyjacker and Ensign Newitt keeping each other honest around here. Skyjacker still in with a shout of a race win. 3 seconds. We've seen a bigger gap than that from guys catching up. Ensign Newitt then in 4th. Koikap lurking in the background. He's got those medium tyres. They might not have the pace, but we see they can stay with the soft tyre and pick up places if there's mistakes been made. Jim going wide in the final corner there. Is chasing down Koi. Gets a good lap of 37.5, whilst Koikap's final lap, 37.6. So Koi doing exceedingly good laps on the medium tyres. Jim needs to get himself into the 36s if he wants to catch up Koikap. Noxie also 39s. He's on the medium tyre though. And the only person he's fighting against is Jim, who's on the soft tyre and getting away from him. Pat leads 2.2 seconds. The Baz has now fallen into the clutches of Ensign, Newitt and Skyjacker. Skyjacker making easy work of Barry the Bullet. And there he goes down the inside of the Baz. And Barry now left all kinds of vulnerable for Ensign Newitt to try and grab the move done as well. And Barry, he's not got the pace of Ensign and Skyjacker around him. As Skyjacker just easily canters by. And Ensign Newitt up the inside, but he's just not up close enough to get the move done and dusted as he tries to come back around this small straight into the next corner. But Bazza way ahead of Ensign, and Ensign's got no chance of a move from that place. Meanwhile, Skyjacker 2.3 seconds behind Pat, and I imagine Pat's heart sunk when he saw what name appeared behind him and at the fastest lap indicator that he can see, and thought, oh God. And Skyjacker on the verge of alienness, but he denies it, is chasing down the Pat. Bazza 9/10 behind Skyjacker, with Ensign Newitt right in the thick of things as well, looking for a way past the Baz. He had Skyjacker's pace, and Skyjacker already a second ahead of Barry, and Ensign Newitt just can't get the decisive move done to get by Bazza as they close in there. And again, Ensign Newitt earlier on the brakes, but Bazza, oh, he catches him up middle of the corner, but Bazza's car way too wide to just drive by. And Barry Twins staying smack bang exactly where he wants to be, in 3rd place. A lovely podium as he watches Skyjacker getting away here at the Red Bull Ring. We've got Koikap 1.7 seconds behind us, so it's okay. It's comfortable for Ensign. He can make a couple of mistakes, little mistakes, before Koikap becomes an issue. But he really wants to put Bazza under a bit more pressure, get right under his chuff, and really ride him hard. Ensign. Meanwhile, Pat still leads this race, 1.4 seconds. Lost a bit of time to Skyjacker that lap. Skyjacker at 35.9, really serious. That's ridiculous. That's the first one I think we've seen in the 35s, and he is absolutely chugging along. Pat doing all he can to cling on. Less than a second now, that's how much. Skyjacker is reeling in at Pat. And Pat, it's like when you watch those nature programs and you see that little gazelle right at the beginning of the show and you just think, this ain't about you, bud, is it? This show's not going to be about you. You're someone's dinner. And that at the moment is how we're viewing Pat. We always root for the gazelle, though. We always hope it gets away from the lion. And at the moment we're seeing this gazelle run like hell as the lion closes in down to half a second. 5 minutes left on the clock. Well, just under 6 minutes, sorry. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. And the gazelle is just about to get eaten, I'm afraid, as Skyjacker rolls up to the back of Pat. Pat doing all he can, keeping that car on the raggedy edge as much as possible. A 37.6 for Pat. Second faster, and Pat just clings on and hopes for dear life that Skyjacker has one of those moments on the curbs. But at the moment, I don't think Skyjacker's going to throw 2 wins away this evening. Not that this is a win yet. And the Baz still holding on to that third ahead of Ensign Ewart, and Koikap has closed in on those 2 drivers. He's getting blues, so the medium tyres are lovely and nicely warmed up now. Jim is trying to close in on Koikap. I don't think he's gained anything on Koi. Koi on the medium tyres did a 37.2 last time around, and Jim doing a 37.8, so he's struggling to gain time on Koikap for that 5th place. Noxie in 7th, 5 seconds adrift of Jim with the Bandit, never really recovering from that first lap incident. Is it first lap? And here comes Pat. Pat's holding on though. The gazelle, come on. Or maybe the tiger's player, the lion's playing with its food. But Skyjacker at the moment closing right up to the back of Pat. And Pat just driving, just the track in front of him. That's all he can do. All he can do is race that bit of road in front of him. He can't race that road behind him. There's nothing he can do about what's happening behind him. He's just got to concentrate on getting his braking points, getting his car on the apexes, and just not making a mistake. And then Skyjacker, there'll be nothing Skyjacker can do about Pat. But Pat has got to keep it precise, clean, and beautiful for the next 3 minutes, just over, as Bazza and Ensign further down the track now, quite a way away, as we look rearward. And is this it? This is the one. Oh, Skyjacker, you see, just the smallest of mistakes, and Skyjacker is there, ready to leap onto it. And Pat's doing everything he can. He's come over, and now Skyjacker's gone for the outside, hoping Pat over defends the corner and late breaks into it. But no, everything's good at the moment. There's Skyjacker looking for that inside line for the next corner. Skyjacker again over, having a look at that open door as Pat closes the door, and Skyjacker is just trying to find a little problem in the defence. And has he found it? Is he through? They're side by side going around here. Pat's only just clinging on, and Skyjacker just edging slightly ahead, but Pat's got the inside line coming to this next section. Pat's late brakes himself a little bit, and there goes Skyjacker up and inside, and through he goes. Pat's still there though, trying to give Skyjacker a little bit of jip. He's staying alongside him, trying to keep that inside line for the first corner. Can Pat cling on? Can he get into that first corner ahead of Skyjacker? He's there. Skyjacker probably braking a little more, didn't want to get into it. Could have been a big accident if they both hard went in there. And Skyjacker now back into second, battling for that place. And Koikap has caught up Ensign Ewart. Koikap and Bazza, Koikap has closed in on the 2. Koikap on fire here at the Red Bull Ring. He is in the Red Bull Toyota, I suppose. They expect no less than a few podiums here in their car, but the Bazza holding that Belgian bullet just ahead of Koikap as Ensign Ewart slips behind the Toyota. Jim hasn't closed in anymore, but he has got that 37.1, almost touching those 36s, as Noxie still driving around, and Bandit as well in 8th. Pat then is leading this race, and we're down to 50 seconds. I think there'll be another lap after this, especially for Skyjacker and Pat. Not sure about the rest. And Ensign's up to 3rd. Bazza, whoa, what's gone off there then, eh? No, Coy's slowed down, and Bazza and Ensign makes a move on Bazza. No, Bazza's on the inside. Bazza's on the curbs. And yeah, Ensign gets up into 3rd. How bizarre. How strange. So yeah, Ensign Ewart getting a good move on there to get himself into a podium position. This is not what Koikart needs. He needs to have a look. Skyjacker's in the lead now from the Patster, and they are shuffling all over the place. The flag is out. The flag is out, and Noxie's crossed the line. It's just Bandit who's going to finish this race first, as Skyjacker and Pat again battling it out into that corner. Pat giving Skyjacker a little love punt, and Skyjacker enjoying it. He's like, go on, hit me harder, go on, smacking to me coming out those corners, baby, let me fly. And Skyjacker then under braking. That's when he doesn't want the love punts, in the braking. He don't mind coming out the corner, having a little knock, helps him on his way. But Skyjacker then doing just enough to stay ahead of Pat. Pat having another look. Bandit does cross the line in 8th place as these guys make their way around. This is the last race, isn't it? This is race 3. My word, that flew by. And Skyjacker then looking for his first win of the evening. Nearly got a win in the first race, but lost it into the final sector. I can't even remember who won that race. It was someone else new, wasn't it? Oh, Jimbo won it. Ensign Ewart's dropped right down. Oh my gosh, as Skyjacker comes across to take the win. Super stuff. Pat in 2nd. Somehow Koikarp's come through ahead of all of them. He was behind them. Boo, my son. Bazza finishes in 4th, Ensign Ewart in 5th, and Jim right on their tail in the end there in 6th. Noxie coming home in 7th, and he wasn't at the race in this one. And he comes home in 7th, with Bandit finishing in 8th. That is your round 5 of the SFR Cup. And there he goes. No trophy. I think we gave one to Coy, wasn't it, in the middle there? I'll take you to race results in a minute. I'm just having a little sup of my coffee. Well, my missus went to bed really early. It's not even 9:30 yet. Maybe there was code in there. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. You know what I mean. Know what I mean? You're a man of the world. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Wing, wing, wink. Ay. So, Skyjacker, although she said he had a headache, which is usually secret code for touch me and you die. Skyjacker took the win. Well done, my friend. Great race with Pat. Super race with Pat. Pat must be buzzing after this one. Had an awful night. When was it? Thursday evening for Pat. I don't think he's gelling with the other Toyota, but this Toyota, he's all about this Toyota. He loves it. And Pat coming home in 2nd with Koikarp rounding out that podium, still keeping that championship title alive. Bazza in 4th with Ensign Ewart in 5th. Don't ask me what happened. Don't ask me, because Ensign was in 3rd. Barry Twins was in 4th. Koikarp was 5th. And then them three have been swapping around all over the place. They can't make up their mind what position they want to finish in. Jim in 6th, always cashing those guys ahead of him, but just couldn't quite get on their tails. Noxie in 7th, wasn't quite in that race. And the Bandit, don't know what happened. I thought he got punted right at the beginning, but I don't know who punted him. So possibly no one. Maybe it was just one of those things. No one redressed, so no one's admitting to it if it was a punt. But it did look like he just suddenly lurched forward. So I don't know. Just one of those bad net code or something. Skyjacker got the fastest lap with a 1:35.997. Read then in the chat. Got to keep it nice, guys, just in case people did get punted. You got to keep that stuff private. So here we go. Oh, Ensign Hewitt said the tyres stopped working. That was his issue. Skyjack saying, wow, Pat, that was one of the toughest fights I've had. Brilliant stuff, mate. Pat said, 1 lap away from my first ever VRC win. So close. Skyjacker says, Sosbud. Destroyer of hopes and dreams, see? Ask Mrs. Skyjacker. Pat saying, you were stronger around the back end of the lap. Was just good to be up there. I didn't mean that about Mrs. Skyjacker. That was just a joke, but sometimes I say I'm too quick and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Right then, I've got words. I've just got to try and remember them. You can keep up with all the tables as soon as they've been updated. They're all on our website at www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and in that very same place, that is our website, there's a link to get to our Discord if you want to join our community and come and have a chinwag with all of us. We're all in there. You just have to @ us. And in the streams for the rest of the week, we've got Tuesday evening. Join us. Oh, happy birthday, Cthulhu. It's his birthday today. Fernando's birthday. I saw a few people wishing him happy birthday on Discord, so happy birthday to Cthulhu. He didn't race in this, but it's his birthday. He's probably absolutely sloshed on sangria. So, yeah. Then what was in the middle of saying? So Tuesday evening, we've got the Super GTs, and they are racing at Lago Maggiore. I think the whole track, not just some of it. I think the whole track they're racing at. So it doesn't quite say though. But they're at the Lago Maggiore. Hang on. Yeah. Power battery. Oh, it's the GP. So yeah, the full track. Then on Thursday, are we at Lago Maggiore or am I getting myself excited? He hasn't crossed out Nürburgring or Suzuka, but we were at Suzuka last, so it's got to be round 9, Lago Maggiore, sorry. Then on Thursday, we've got the VGT series. I've just closed it. I want to open it. They will be racing around, I think, Monza. No, we did Interlagos. Monza for Thursday. Friday is the final of the Max 5s, the showdown. It's going to be a tight championship, and that is happening at BB Raceway, Speedway or Raceway. It's one of those two. And then again, all the way around back here on Sunday evening for your Super Sunday Sprint Saga Madness. We have got a race at BB Raceway. Yeah, so that's 2 weeks, we've doubled up again. So it's a BB Raceway festival next week here on the stream. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching. It's all good. No one else has put anything more in the chat. So all I've got left now is to say I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Toby Larone. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Come back again, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love.